Did you see last night? What's his name? Westbrook got into an argument with a fan. What is going on in the NBA? Like, people are so stressed out. They're making all this money.
Who does Westbrook play for? Is it Phoenix?
Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're making all this money to just play basketball. Just collect your checks, play your basketball, and go on with your life. And people are getting so wrapped up in all this.
I understand the whole play basketball, you make a lot of money, but no matter how much money you make, doesn't mean you like to be called like.
But that's the job part.
Yeah, that's part of the fans are going to yell at you.
And he didn't do anything physical, but what's wrong? Like, why are they not able? If you say "fuck you," why can't I turn around and be like "fuck you" too?
I kind of agree with you that you should be able to,
because they're trying. I think
you can't threaten to beat people up though.
Yeah. Well, the NBA's thing would be like we're trying to put on family entertainment theoretically, right? This is the NBA is supposed to be family entertainment.
Yeah.
And if your star athletes are yelling "fuck you,"
I'll fuck your wife
I'm
up.
going to fuck your wife up.
Well, in this instance, Westbrook says that he made like a racial slur, or basically he said something about like, "Oh, get back on your knees." Like, I don't know the exact wording. And the guy was interviewed afterwards. I saw an interview with him, and he said he didn't say that. So, so it's a miscommunication, maybe. But that's why he got this mad in this instance.
Well, we can play. This is Russell Westbrook from the Oklahoma City Thunder last night.
He's basketballing.
He's got towels wrapped on his knees.
Yep.
Are those makeshift knee pads for the game?
No, they're full of ice.
Icy.
Oh.
Icy. And
I see that.
He's yelling back and forth with one of the fans, which really
Who's razzing him.
He should be paying attention to the game.
Yeah.
Part of the gig is to not get distracted by the fans.
Yeah, the fans are going to yell. It's what they do.
I mean, would they prefer to just make millions of dollars to play in empty arenas? Is that what we should do?
I get your argument, but it doesn't make sense. The entire arena is not yelling. It's one guy went out of line, he didn't like it, and he's like, turns around, you know what? I'm gonna say this because
I'm gonna beat your wife up. Is what he said.
Okay, I'm not
paraphrasing
him and saying,
but
that.
he said, hey, you keep voicing your opinion about me, and I'm gonna beat up your wife.
Yeah, well, I would love to say, by the way.
Okay, fair point.
The guy made a gay joke.
Was it?
Kevin in Philadelphia, he might be right.
Well, let's listen to Russell Westbrook.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'll fuck him up. He said, I promise you. You see, I'm playing. I swear to God. I'll fuck you up.
I think that's the big issue. He's saying, I swear to God, he's using the Lord's name in vain. And that's a big no-no.
Didn't even think about that.
You don't want to use the Lord's name in vain.
And I think they're actually in Utah, too, which is
not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Yeah. He's had problems in Utah before, I read. Is that right?
I don't know.
Come on, you should know.
Great reporter for basketball. I don't know.
I don't think he's had any problems in Utah. He's never
Would you have recognized him if you didn't want to troll his name?
Oh, I recognize him. Yeah, he's one of the biggest stars.
He
former MVP.
He wouldn't recognize. He didn't know anything about basketball.
And these guys, when you see them in person, they're unreal.
Yeah, the giant guys.
Like but they look. Yeah, never mind. Without getting really weird, they're just weirdly impressive. Well, they're just like, some guys are big or tall,
giant athletes. Yeah.
Tell me about their bodies.
Are all like perfectly weirdly proportioned, no body fat. It looks like you took a regular guy and just like zoomed him up. I don't know how to explain it, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, so this is probably a lot more intimidating.
If they stretched you up, you'd be like 10 feet tall,
5 feet wide.
Yeah,
a lot of mass.
Fucking camera.
Here we go. I'll fuck you up. You and your wife. I'll fuck you up.
Okay.
No, fuck that. I promise you, everything I love. Everything I love. I promise you.
He said, I promise you on everything I love, I'll fuck you and your wife up.
Stupid ass.
I swear on all that is holy, I'm going to hurt you and your wife. I'm going to beat you guys up.
Now, does he explain this in another clip?
He does. He does. But let's keep going.
He has a fiery personality, too. Like he does.
Oh, really?
He doesn't have a temper.
Oh, man. Thanks for the insight.
Little insider information.
Yeah, you should be a psychological. You're like Hannibal Lecter.
That's right. That's right.
I think that's the end of it.
Yeah.
We still got 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Now he's down. He throws his Gatorade down. He's had enough. And he went to reporters.
Yes, he's speaking to Jim Gaffigan here.
To explain what had happened. It really does look like him, doesn't it?
The issue of it is how it started was a young man and his wife in the stands told me to get in on my knees like he used to. And for me, that's just completely disrespectful to me. I think it's racial. I think it's just inappropriate in the sense of there's no protection for the players. I think there are a lot of great fans around the world that like to come to the game and enjoy the game. And there are people that come to the game and to say mean, disrespectful thing about me, my family.
What? What is it? What is he talking about?
No, it's not racial. Get on your knees is a dick-sucking thing.
Yeah, and either way, well, not either way. I mean, it's clearly a gay joke.
Huge difference, yeah.
But what's he talking about? That fans shouldn't go and yell nasty things at the opposing team? Yeah. Since when? What are you talking about?
It's not racial. It's not fucking, unless the guy yelled something, but that get on your knees is not racial.
Yeah.
It's a blowjob.
There's actually a video of the fan who he was yelling at, explaining the situation.
Yeah, no, I know. But
and he said, I get what you're saying. You're right. Maybe this instance is probably just like the straw that broke the camel's back, where he's dealt. And I think actually people don't talk about social media. I know it sounds weirdly cliche, but social media is a thing, I think, for these athletes now, because not only are they just going to games like the old days where they're getting criticized, they're like online.
They're not. Just don't be on Twitter. It's like
it's easier said than done.
No, it isn't.
No, it's really not.
I get it. People on Twitter every single day.
It's not that hard to not be on Twitter obsessively.
I was literally a trending topic on Sunday in the world. It was not for positive reasons. The tweets weren't coming in.
They were for positive reasons.
I was the number 5 trending topic in the world on Sunday.
Why?
Not because
they didn't like you.
Hey, Sam, you're doing a great job. Hey, get the fuck off TV, Sam. This Sam Roberts guy, who the fuck invited him? He sucks. He looks like a Muppet.
Were they attacking your physical appearance?
They were.
I don't go for that.
Well, how do you know that, though? Because you were on Twitter and you saw it.
Jim. Yeah, because I wanted to see why I'm trending.
That's what I'm saying. But
I'm not sitting there going like, oh, I'm going to go beat up a fan's wife now because it really affects me.
The two are equivalent. I don't think
that's exactly. It's a terrible example.
You couldn't beat him up.
I looked at I could beat up somebody's wife, I think, depending on the size.
Don't go down that road.
I bet I could. I bet there are people's wives that I could beat up. You might, because you're right, Troy, about the person tweeting. But I'll bet I could find somebody whose wife I might be able to take physically.
I don't think so.
They'd have to be a small woman.
Very, very small one.
I'm talking
sleight of frame.
4'11" and skinny.
Yeah. So not Ronda Rousey.
No, Reed. Why? Do you think you could beat up Ronda Rousey?
No, I don't.
Terrible example.
I don't know, because she's like this best fighting woman, I guess.
Right.
No, I know, but Reed,
that's why it was a terrible example.
Yeah, I mean, the thing we were talking about was that I would have trouble with just an average woman. To fight a woman that wasn't good at fighting would be difficult for me. Because fighting is not my strong suit.
So you don't pick the best female fighter?
Yeah. Literally, if all of the men in this room came together...
we couldn't beat her.
We could not even come... It would take Ronda Rousey 30 seconds to break all of our arms. However, a 4'11" housewife in bad shape...
It's questionable.
If I snuck up behind her... I think I could.
The joke would have been to find a weak or awful woman like Stalker Patty and say, oh, even Stalker Patty. But you don't go, yeah, he can't beat up a woman. Try Ronda Rousey.
Right.
No, it's terrible.
Right.
How I couldn't beat up Layla Ali? No, I couldn't.
But my point is, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm trending. What are they saying? Ha, ha, ha. They don't like me. And then I turned it off. I'm not scrolling through every single tweet.
Yeah. You didn't read the one I sent?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
Was it supportive?
It was unkind.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't see it then.
He's an angry person. I'll give you that.
You go to a fucking therapist.
Yeah.
You play basketball for a living. You make a whole bunch of money and people like you.
Yeah.
But why, when this happens, are we always on the athletes and not the fans?
We're not always on the because fans are notorious for doing
wrong.
that. They've been doing that. It's part of the game is that they yell. Again, there's a line that if they cross, that it's fucked up. But just yelling some stupid shit like that or sell the team, like, come on.
Do you think if I put my face on television and talk some shit? No, I'm talking shit. People should not respond and go like, you fucking suck, Sam Roberts. People shouldn't do that. Or we're equivalent here somehow. Because if I'm making myself into a public figure, people are allowed to say whatever they want.
Gus in Houston has a very valid question.
Okay, good. Finally, somebody with let me see what did what's up, Gus?
Good morning, guys. Look, I get that your demo really skews male, but can you two fruitcakes stop talking about any sport that doesn't involve a script or the word entertainment? Sam asked the dumbest question ever.
Tell me.
What are those two things on his knees? Knee pads? Like, make sure they're ice, you dumb shit.
Gus,
it's ice.
That was stupid.
Sometimes you may need to search in my comments for irony. You know.
No, not ice. It's ice knee.
No.
No.
No, Sam. No.
Gus, do you think
Fuck
that?
you.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Do you think that I thought that basketball players play basketball with towels wrapped around their knees for?
Yes,
for
you
knee pad?
order.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
you little nincompoop. Yes,
Okay.
No, I did.
think
All
that.
right, you're right. You got me.
Gus is
You,
right.
you got me on that one. I did. Yeah,
got him.
I did. I
Fair
did.
point.
But Gus, we're trying to get
It
Reed
was-
in here as an expert to help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sweet, sweet little question by a sweet, sweet little boy.
Thank you.
I get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But stop talking about sports, you fucking hens.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. That's
All
all.
right.
Gus.
Goodbye, Gus.
Thank you.
That's
Gus.
actually a good example of your point to when someone heckles you.
Yeah, how do you
don't-
handle it?
Yeah,
how do
hey,
you handle
We
Gus.
it?
didn't ban him.
Gus, I'm going to beat up your wife.
Block
and
that number.
You can't call into the show anymore. And if I see your wife in the street, I'm going to punch her.
We'll find out how big she is first.
Do you think that would be an appropriate response on my part? I'm gonna fuck up your family.
No, I guess the reason I'm taking this position is because the larger point. One, I think the NBA is getting softer in terms of like there was a fight the other night. They're just not allowing any type of confrontation. But I still think the idea of like fans acting like this because they think athletes won't retaliate, right? Because you wouldn't
Yeah,
do this in the street.
that's
so
true.
That's what it is for
But
me.
that's
is it's
why
like-
you're doing it in the arena.
It
But,
depends
like,
on what you
why?
yell to.
Like
Well, yeah. I mean, if he was actually yelling racial shit at him,
Yeah.
then yeah, you got
Somebody
your
in the
different
stands would
story.
have hit him, but yeah.
but if he thought it was racial, now you don't or whatever. But
He
no.
didn't think it was racial.
How do we know that?
He's making a bigger deal out of it.
If he
because
did, then
lost
he's
his,
dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on your knees like you used to is not about subservience or it's a guy making a dumb schoolyard blowjob joke.
Right. And the only reason he's making it is because he saw towels on his knees. And he's
Yes.
like, blowjob.
Yeah, you're on your knees, you got knee pads.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, this isn't the best example for my larger
Terrible
point,
example.
But
Can we hear the other guy the explanation?
Yes, we do have the fans' explanation as to why he said these things.
He's got to be a professional. I mean, she was sitting down the entire time. Me and him were just, we were kind of having fun, to be honest.
At least you thought you were having fun?
Yeah, he was smiling at one point, and there was a lot of people because it was when, Joe had come by and poked Paul George in the eye, and then Joe goes over and apologizes immediately. Russ is just F-bombing and carrying on, acting a fool down here, and everybody's getting on him. And he had, I guess, heat. I thought it was ice. I just told him, I'm like, just sit down and ice your knees, bro. And he turned to me and he's like,
Wait, what did he say?
Sit down and ice your knees, bro.
Oh, bro, okay.
And then it turned into not safe for work.
Oh, he didn't even say get on your knees. Sit down and ice your knees. What did he say?
You're a little gullible. I mean, I think that he's lying.
Oh, yeah.
I think that he is probably trying to portray himself in the best light.
Sure.
He probably said, get on your knee. He probably made the gay joke.
Yeah.
And then Westbrook lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But of course fans should be able to yell shit at players.
Stuff like that.
I
yeah.
think that's true. I think that if players react now, I think the line crosses the beating up the wife part. But if he hadn't said that, I don't think there'd be a problem.
I mean, maybe you're right.
That's the
Well,
line.
you also can't.
threaten to beat people up.
You can't threaten to beat people up. You can't curse at them either. I mean, you're getting paid millions of dollars to represent the NBA. If the NBA is saying don't curse at the fans, we're trying to sell some fucking commercials.
Yeah.
We're trying to get Budweiser on board. Please don't curse at the fans because giant companies don't like advertising on products where all the players are cursing at the fans. It's really okay to say we're giving you millions of dollars. Can you please do me a favor and play basketball? And also don't curse at the fans.
You're looking at it from the owner's perspective. I'm looking at it from the players. So I don't think either of us are wrong. But
what are you talking about, man?
I think you're right in terms of you're owning the team. But
The
I'm looking
owners
at it,
pay
if
the
I'm a
players.
player, I think it's a legit feeling to want to respond to someone who yells at you.
Yeah, but if they say don't do it, don't do it. It doesn't matter what you feel. Like if there's rules of
Nah, but if they will yell at you, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
if your boss tells you to do something, you do it. You don't go, well, I think in this instance, it really is okay. Why should I'm not asking for logic. The boss says don't do it, don't do it.
Well, the thing is also he's so powerful within the organization. Like he's worth hundreds of millions of guaranteeing him. If it was another player, maybe, but the boss can't just go to tell him to shut up because if he leaves, that will collapse the team.
It's going to be a problem if he goes. So he's more important than the boss.
So they kind of have to make him happy too.
So he has to just curse at the fans and tell them I'm going to fuck up your wife.
Again, acknowledge that was the line that was crossed.
I see.
But if he towed that line, I don't think the Thunder would have a problem with that. And I wouldn't either.
But he's not. That's the whole story.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about in general.
In general, not in this instance.
Okay, we're talking about an instance, a thing that happened.
But don't you want to get to the bigger issue?
Of course.
Which is, what's the bigger issue?
How fans think they can say whatever they want
to the
these
players, right.
as if, I mean, you're a performer, right? It's
yes.
the same kind of instance, like as if they're not human beings with feelings.
Right. They just yell at them like they're not people with feelings.
I mean, you seem to take it really like the caller. I don't take it that well, so maybe that's why I identify more with it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's been hated for a long time.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, I am used to it.
All right, so maybe in a couple of years you won't be doing this anymore.
I mean, I would
hold on. Let me just allow Reed to spread smiles over 2 countries.
But you do think?
What?
Jim,
Really?
come on.
But my chair broke.
Why'd you have to lean over to get that one out?
I leaned that
Blows it
one
towards me. That's why.
Well, no, I just can't lean towards that. It's not comfortable. I always lean right cheek. I'm a right.
Plus, it'd be rude to put it right in Reed's face.
I know. I know exactly. I think I can do whatever I want just because he's right here. No.
Exactly. No.
Yell at me.
No. So, what do you think the line is for fans? What are you allowed to say? Boo! I don't like you.
I think if you're a fan and you're going to do that, understand that they can yell
beat
back.
up your wife.
He didn't beat up his wife.
He threatened. Okay, can threaten to beat up your wife.
Again.
First of all, players.
I didn't say that was okay.
Players, if they're good players, shouldn't be worried about what fans are saying anyway. They shouldn't be sitting there like, oh, I'm going to argue with fans if they say things to me. They should be concentrating on the game.
But he's on the bench.
Exactly.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a star player.
Yeah, exactly. What's he going to
He's
do?
averaging triple-double for the second. Like, I mean, he's not doing his job.
Is he a good player?
Really good. Really, really good.
Do you think he could beat up the guy's wife?
Oh,
Not if she's Ronda Rousey.
yeah.
What if she's Ronda Rousey?
He's a pretty big guy. He's about 6'3", 6'4".
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, Ronda take him
longer
out.
limbs to grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie could take him out.
That might be true, actually.
Although 6'7" is pretty big.
Ronnie in Kentucky has some information that, unfortunately, our basketball reporter did not have. What's up, Ronnie?
Hey, fellas, what's going
Hello.
on? I heard on ESPN this morning that same fella that just y'all played that soundbite from deleted his Twitter because as far back as a year ago, he talked mad shit about Russell Westbrook there. If you could have Hampton Rob maybe find that.
I love that. I love that. He's sitting there tweeting about
He doesn't like him.
Russell Westbrook, but I don't mind that. If you don't like a guy and you're like, I'm going to buy tickets to this game and heckle him. Yeah, that's part. I mean,
why is it part of the game? You're not buying the ticket explicitly to heckle someone. You're buying it to watch the game.
Yeah.
So should you just sit there politely?
Well, I'm saying I think I like that because it's become an accepted aspect to the culture of being a fan when you go to these games. So I'm saying, why can't it be accepted that the players retaliate? Like it's not
because the players are busy.
Yeah.
Not if you're on the bench.
You're paying tickets to see the players play.
But what if I don't know the context of this game, but what if he was done for the game? He seemed to have ice in his knees.
You're making things up. You're saying, what if he didn't threaten his wife and he was done for the game?
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about what we're watching.
Right.
But you're talking about he needs to concentrate on the game and playing. But if he has ice,
he's done. He doesn't have to concentrate. He's not playing.
Yeah, if he has ice in his knees, I'm assuming he's done playing for the day.
Okay. Well, I'd like for you to please stop assuming you're a reporter. Come in here with the hard facts. That would be helpful, and we can have a conversation. But I don't know what you're talking about right now. You could. What if he's not done with the game? You see how we're going in circles now?
Yeah,
because
I don't have any more information, so now I'm just kind of
making it up as you go.
No, I'm not making it up. One can assume if he has ice in his knees, he's not going back in the game.
First of all, he said it's heat. The guy said in the interview it was heat.
Okay.
The clip that we just played.
Regardless,
this guy's been bashing him for a while. Who cares?
Westbrook is a piece of classless shit, is what this guy wrote.
Who cares?
Somebody needs to kick his ass, Tool. Well, he's like, you can kick my ass. I'm going to kick your wife's ass.
He said hashtag Tool to make sure people notice.
He wants to get a trend. Yeah.
Let's see some other tweet. But I don't care about this guy's. He hates the fucking players. So what?
I also don't care if people are going to buy tickets to boo players.
Yeah.
You should be able to buy tickets to boo players. Why not? I mean, when did players get so sensitive that you can't boo them?
When did fans get so sensitive that
it's been that way forever?
But why when a guy retaliates, then that's the problem? He didn't. I mean,
it wasn't the problem with the fan. It was the problem with the NBA.
Okay, well, I think that Westbrook saying he's going to beat up I've said it. I think Westbrook saying he's going to beat up his wife. Line cross, should not have done that. But if he were to have just responded, I don't see any problem.
So you think the NBA should just be able to be like, yeah, we're running a business where our players just curse at the fans from the bench?
No, I think the NBA should discourage it, but there's only so much you can do with a player like him. He has so much power and influence within the league because he's so good.
So that's the example that we should set as people who run the NBA is that the players that are really good, they make their own rules. We'll have rules, but you go back to JD and the Straight
Troy
Shot.
just can't wait.
It's a good band. I mean, it is a good band. I don't blame you, Troy.
Why is he calling him MAGA? This one guy.
Well,
Robert,
because if you look through his tweets.
But so what?
Yeah.
MAGA Shane Kissel is deleting tweets. What the fuck does that have to do with the interaction he had with the
Well, it's
guy?
nothing to do with anything.
I mean, we know.
Because
We know what's going on.
the Utah Jazz camo cap.
I think you
funny.
can make the argument that the knees reference was not a gay joke, but a kneeling.
Yeah, but we all know it was a gay joke.
I think it was.
I don't.
So you're saying it could be a MAGA joke in the sense that get down on your knees,
He
NFL.
tweets about Colin Kaepernick and,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
And so he's deleting his tweets, going like, "Oh no, they're going to find out first." And that's what I'm saying. Like clearly in the interview that he did with the news, he made himself seem like, I don't know. Well, we were just talking, and all of a sudden, clearly this guy did something that pissed off Russell Westbrook.
Now they're putting where the guy works because he had an argument with a fucking player.
That's so stupid.
What dicks.
That is too far. Although
what?
I'm curious, I mean, obviously using the hashtags he wanted to get noticed.
Hashtag tool?
Hashtag tool. And now he is noticed
Here's the
and he's
thing.
deleting the Twitter because it's too much.
Reed, I'm going to guess that he doesn't 100% know how hashtags work. He just knows that that's a thing people do.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's as social media savvy as like
got
you
you.
are. Like you would go, let me
30
hashtag
hashtags.
this. Yeah.
30.
Throw 30 hashtags on. That way people will find this tweet. I think he is just like, I've heard people hashtag on Twitter, so I'm going to throw a hashtag on this tool.
That's a fair point. Didn't
Probably.
think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Let's go to Kevin in Louisiana. What's up, Kevin?
Yeah, the obvious.
Shane put MAGA. Okay.
The obvious answer. Is,
Oh, wait.
even
Hold
though
on
he's-
one second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second, Kevin.
No, go back
So
down,
we're
Troy.
looking. Yeah, go back to that tweet.
Right
Somebody
there.
put up. This is Shane is the guy that yelled.
This is Kessel.
Kessel. Somebody yelled. The guy that yelled at Russell Westbrook. Is this a real tweet?
I don't know.
You never know nowadays.
Russell
honestly.
Westbrook needs to go back where he came from, MAGA.
That seems too on the nose.
Yeah, it seems really on the nose.
I'm with you on that. Like, I mean,
that's suspicious. If it is, then this is a stupid man. But
These fucking assholes are posting his phone number because of an argument he had with a player.
so stupid.
that is way too far.
All right, sorry. Let's go back to Kevin. What's up, bud?
Yeah, it's obvious answer is, even though he's a professional athlete, he's still born in a generation of pussies.
You talking about Reed's generation? That's not that cool.
Hey, we're both millennials.
Hey, I'm just stating the obvious. Thanks, guys.
I feel like people love saying that, but then I feel like all the reaction is happening from his reaction. Everyone's so upset about his reaction to it. Though I feel that would
I see what you're saying. Meaning people, what's even more sensitive than Russell Westbrook is all the people getting triggered by Russell Westbrook.
Right. Yes, that is where the pussiness I think lies.
I gotcha.
Is the triggering of the
Russell Westbrook being triggered, triggering people. The people who are triggered by the triggering are the ones that are the pussies, and the ones being triggered are the ones that are like millennials are pussies. But the reality is, if you're going to make a change, why don't you start with the man in the mirror? I'm not going to mention where that song comes from, I think, until...
Wait a minute, that's a Michael Jackson song.
No. Until we know that documentary is not true, we're going to go ahead and not mention...
I understand.
We figured it out, though.
I mean, even Corey Feldman is rescinding his support. We can't get too far into this MJ thing. It's not looking good. Let's go to Nick in Detroit. What's up, Nick?
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Nick.
By the way, I don't mind when you guys talk about sports at all, if it means anything. It's actually a nice, fresh take on it, like usual, like how you guys always do.
It means everything. Thank you very much, Nick.
You're welcome. Tough dog.
Reed, can you throw out a bark for the Tef dog?
Yeah.
Bark. Okay. Because we know, like,
that was a yelp bark.
I don't know,
because it's the Tef dog. Travis is the Tef dog, and Jim and I kind of go like oofa oofa oofa.
Oh, so I did kind of
and
pussy
Troy
bark.
has his own bark, which you do for the Tef dog.
Arf,
which is really weird. And then your bark is, what do you do for the Tef dog?
Can I change mine?
Yes, you may.
Woof.
That's worse.
No,
worse.
that's worse.
It's all because you tried.
Go back to the
much worse. Yeah, much worse.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're only an intern. You know,
I'm trying still.
Who's this guy, Robert Little? Does he work for the team?
No, he is.
BSO. Is he?
He's a sports journalist.
Oh, sports journalist. Okay.
Yeah. So what's going on, Nick?
Nothing much. One more thing. Troy, Black Caviar is killing it. I fucking love the shit, man.
Oh, thanks, Nick.
That's right.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask thick-ass Reed over there what he thought about the melee in Detroit. Did he think that was a player-appropriate reaction, or did he think that maybe was a little bit over the lines?
Reed, explain for the folks who don't know what melee in Detroit is. Young Nick,
you guys talked about it last week. I think the Mouse in the Palace with the Pacers and the.
Did you say Detroit? The Mouse in the Palace?
That's what it's called. The Mouse. When Ron Artest went into the stands and was punching dudes and throwing the beer on him. My point. I loved it,
but it was the wrong guy.
He did
punch the wrong guy. To the question, the whole situation is completely inappropriate. The player should not have done that. But I loved it.
It was great.
It was great.
By the way, Mike in Florida has a point. I don't know if I agree with it.
Let's go to over here. Mike, what's up, bud?
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, sorry. I think somebody else said it, but yeah, it's a very millennial thing to think that you're above criticism. Players have been being paid millions of dollars and that's kind of what they sign up for. They kind of sign up to be shit on. And it's a very, very millennial thing to think that it's not fair to call the players, out when they're being assholes, and then also think, hey, you're being a dick because you're getting paid $30 million a year to be told you suck. Deal with it.
Well, you know what? To jump into, I don't know if that's a millennial attitude though, because Reed is not saying don't yell it. He's just saying the players should be able to yell back. So that's actually not a millennial attitude because he's saying that they should be able to be aggressive back.
What does that even mean?
Mike's point is that players should be able to just take it. It's a millennial attitude to be so sensitive to everybody that the players, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah, I think players have been pretty pissed off. They've always been fairly pissed off. I mean, go back to Ty Cobb, the way he handled shit. They used to throw batteries at players.
Well, also, are we acting as if back in the 90s and 80s players didn't yell back at fans? We just didn't have recordings of it. I don't understand that millennial attitude. What does that mean?
Tell me.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
That
we'll
go ahead, Reed. Speak to it.
No, I always look at
Hold on a second.
Like, if you want to act like that.
Reed, let's be serious about this.
Quit playing.
Go ahead, Reed.
Well, I just mean, like, I hate people that do that because it's like, for one, if you think the millennials are so shitty, it's the baby boomers who raised the millennials.
Like
so
Troy.
You guys are even shit. Like,
the baby boomers.
Well, Troy didn't raise it. Well,
no.
Yes,
I'm just saying that Troy's more of a baby boomer than a millennial.
He's never raised a millennial. He's put his penis in a few.
Yeah.
Well,
here's what Reed is basically saying.
I just think it's a weak point.
Tell me with this.
Go ahead, Reed.
I just think it's a lazy point to make that these millennials are pussies. Like, no, it's not. Like, I think if anything, it'd be pussy if someone comes to me and yells at me and I just walk away and don't say anything. I don't know. I just don't know why people have the problem with them responding. This instance was over the line, but I think people should, if you're not, I love instances when people confront people and think they're not going to respond and then they get the response and they have no idea what to do.
I don't mind if it happens outside the arena. But when it's happening in the arena, it's like you're at work, bro.
Reed is turning me, though.
He is.
He might be right.
Well, this is what Reed is basically saying.
That's stupid, guys.
That's
perfect.
You're right?
Exactly.
Right? R. Kelly said it all for you.
He does everything.
Reed and the Pied Piper of R&B are on the same page. That's not a shocker.
Let's not
Reed is the Pied Piper of MSG.
He is. And I'll tell you something else Reed and R. Kelly have in common.
I said, I'm going to get me a Big Mac and a Coke.